I'm really happy you've decided to spend this time practicing English with me today. Whether you're listening while enjoying a quiet morning at home, taking a walk through your neighborhood, driving to work, or simply relaxing after a long day, you've already taken an important step toward becoming a more confident English speaker. Let me ask you something. Have you ever understood almost everything in an English conversation? But when it was finally your turn to speak, only one very short answer came to mind. Someone asks, "How are you?" You answer, "I'm fine." The conversation stops. You know many English words. You've studied grammar. You've watched videos. Maybe you've even memorized hundreds of vocabulary words. But speaking naturally still feels difficult. If you've ever felt that way, you're not alone. The truth is, most English learners don't struggle because they don't know enough English. They struggle because they haven't practiced the small patterns that native speakers use every single day. Those little expressions are everywhere. They're simple. They're relaxed. They're easy to remember. And today, you're going to learn how to use them naturally. By the end of this lesson, you'll know how to answer common everyday questions in a way that sounds warmer, friendlier, and much more natural. Remember, you don't need to speak quickly. You don't need a perfect accent. You don't need perfect grammar every single time. You simply need to understand the rhythm of real conversations. One natural sentence is much more valuable than 10 sentences you never use. As we practice together today, I'd like you to repeat every sentence out loud. Don't worry if it feels slow. That's exactly how your brain begins building speaking habits. If you enjoy learning this way, I'd love for you to subscribe to Relaxing English Listening, so we can continue improving your English together. One conversation at a time. Now, let's begin. Imagine you are walking through a small neighborhood bakery early on a sunny Saturday morning. The smell of fresh bread fills the air. Soft music is playing quietly. People are chatting while waiting for their coffee. A woman behind the counter smiles warmly as you walk in. "Good morning. How's your morning going?" Many learners immediately answer, "Good." There's nothing wrong with that. But native speakers usually give a little more. Let's make it sound more natural. Instead of saying, "Good," try saying, "It's been pretty nice so far." Listen carefully. It's been pretty nice so far. Now, repeat after me slowly. It's been pretty nice so far. Excellent. Again. It's been pretty nice so far. Notice the rhythm. It's relaxed. Nobody is trying to sound impressive. They're simply sharing a small part of their morning. Let's make it a little longer. It's been pretty nice so far. I finally had a chance to slow down. Listen carefully. It's been pretty nice so far. I finally had a chance to slow down. Now repeat. It's been pretty nice so far. I finally had a chance to slow down. Very good. Native speakers often add one extra thought. That small detail keeps the conversation alive. Imagine the cashier smiles. "That's always nice." You smile back. "It really is." Listen carefully. It really is. Repeat after me. It really is. Again. It really is. Short. Simple. Natural. Now, let's build the conversation together. "Good morning. How's your morning going?" "It's been pretty nice so far." "Oh, really?" "Yeah. I finally had a chance to slow down." "That's always nice." "It really is." Let's read it together. "Good morning. How's your morning going?" "It's been pretty nice so far." "Oh, really?" "Yeah. I finally had a chance to slow down." "That's always nice." "It really is." Excellent. Did you notice something? None of these sentences are difficult. But together, they sound like a real conversation. That's one of the biggest differences between textbook English and everyday English. Native speakers rarely stop after one word. They usually give a small extra detail. Now let's imagine another scene. You've just arrived at your apartment building after work. As the elevator doors open, your neighbor walks in. They smile and ask, "Long day." Instead of saying, "Yes," let's answer naturally. "Yeah. Kind of." Listen carefully. "Yeah. Kind of." Repeat after me. "Yeah. Kind of." Again. "Yeah. Kind of." This expression is everywhere. Instead of a hard yes or no, native speakers soften their answers. Here are two more natural responses. Pretty much. Repeat. Pretty much. Again. Pretty much. Or a little. Repeat. A little. Again. A little. Now, let's make it more conversational. "Yeah. Kind of. It's been busy. But not too bad." Listen carefully. "Yeah. Kind of. It's been busy. But not too bad." Now repeat slowly. "Yeah. Kind of. It's been busy. But not too bad." Excellent. Notice the balance. You're not complaining. You're simply describing your day, honestly. That honesty makes your English sound much more natural. Let's continue. Your neighbor smiles. "I know exactly what you mean." You reply, "I'm looking forward to relaxing tonight." Listen carefully. "I'm looking forward to relaxing tonight." Repeat after me. "I'm looking forward to relaxing tonight." Again. "I'm looking forward to relaxing tonight." This is a phrase you'll hear all the time. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm looking forward to dinner. I'm looking forward to my vacation. It's warm. Positive. Very common. Now let's practice another conversation. Long day. Yeah. Kind of. Busy. Pretty much. Any plans tonight? I'm looking forward to relaxing. That sounds nice. I think so too. Read it together. Long day. Yeah. Kind of. Busy. Pretty much. Any plans tonight? I'm looking forward to relaxing. That sounds nice. I think so too. Wonderful. Take a comfortable breath. You're already speaking more naturally than you were a few minutes ago. Every small sentence you repeat is training your brain to think in English instead of translating word by word. You may not notice the change immediately, but your brain notices. Little by little, these expressions become familiar. Eventually, they become automatic. Let's move into another everyday situation. Imagine you're meeting a close friend in a quiet city park. You haven't seen each other in several weeks. Your friend waves excitedly. "Hey, it's been a while." You smile. "It really has." Listen carefully. "It really has." Repeat after me. "It really has." Again. "It really has." Then your friend asks, "So, how have things been?" Many learners answer, "Fine." Let's make it sound more natural. "They've been pretty good. Actually." Listen carefully. "They've been pretty good. Actually." Repeat after me. "They've been pretty good. Actually." Again. "They've been pretty good. Actually." Notice the word actually. Native speakers use it constantly. It softens the sentence. It makes the conversation feel more relaxed. Let's expand it. They've been pretty good. Actually, I've been spending more time outdoors. Listen carefully. They've been pretty good. Actually, I've been spending more time outdoors. Repeat slowly. They've been pretty good. Actually, I've been spending more time outdoors. Excellent. Your friend smiles. That's great. You reply. I needed a little break. Listen carefully. I needed a little break. Repeat. I needed a little break. Again. I needed a little break. That's another phrase you'll hear almost every day. After a busy week. After exams. After work. After traveling. I needed a little break. Simple. Honest. Natural. Let's read the conversation together. It's been a while. It really has. So, how have things been? They've been pretty good. Actually. Oh yeah. I've been spending more time outdoors. That sounds relaxing. It really has been. Beautiful. Before we continue, I'd like you to answer one question by yourself. Imagine someone asks you, how's your day going? Don't think about grammar. Don't search for perfect vocabulary. Simply answer naturally. Maybe you say, it's been pretty nice so far. Maybe, it's been busy, but not too bad. Or, perhaps, they've been pretty good. Actually. Take a moment. Say your answer quietly out loud. Very good. That simple exercise is helping you move away from memorizing English and toward actually using it. And that's where real confidence begins. As conversations become just a little longer, you'll discover that native speakers rarely answer immediately. They often pause, soften their responses, and give themselves a moment to think. In the next lesson, you'll learn exactly how they do that, using simple expressions you can start using today. Once you know these patterns, even unexpected questions will begin to feel much easier, and your English will sound calmer, smoother, and much more natural. A few moments ago, you practiced giving warmer, more natural answers to simple questions. You probably noticed something interesting. Once you stop worrying about finding the perfect sentence, conversations begin to feel much less stressful. But then another challenge appears. Someone asks you a question you weren't expecting. Suddenly, your mind becomes quiet. You know the answer. You just need a second to organize your thoughts. Here's something many English learners don't realize. Native speakers don't answer immediately, all the time. In fact, they often pause. They think. They hesitate. And they use small expressions that make those pauses sound completely natural. Learning these expressions can completely change the way you sound. Imagine you're sitting in a bright co-working space on a Tuesday afternoon. People are quietly typing on their laptops. A coffee machine hums softly in the background. Someone you've been working with walks over to your desk. They smile and ask, so, what do you think about the new project? For just a moment, you're not sure what to say. Instead of panicking or saying, I don't know, let's learn a much more natural response. That's a good question. Listen carefully. That's a good question. Now repeat after me slowly. That's a good question. Excellent. Again. That's a good question. Very nice. This simple sentence does something important. It gives you time. While you're saying those 4 words, your brain is already preparing the next sentence. Let's build it naturally. That's a good question. Let me think for a second. Listen carefully. That's a good question. Let me think for a second. Now repeat slowly. That's a good question. Let me think for a second. Wonderful. Notice the rhythm. Native speakers don't rush through this sentence. They speak calmly. That calm rhythm actually makes them sound more confident. Let's continue. So, what do you think about the new project? That's a good question. Take your time. Let me think for a second. I actually like the direction we're going. Read it together. So, what do you think about the new project? That's a good question. Take your time. Let me think for a second. I actually like the direction we're going. Excellent. Did you notice another useful word? Actually, native speakers use it constantly. Not because it's necessary, because it makes conversations sound softer and more natural. Let's imagine another situation. You're browsing through a weekend street market. There are colorful flowers, handmade crafts, and fresh fruit everywhere. A vendor smiles and asks, "Have you tried these peaches before?" You honestly aren't sure. Instead of saying, "I don't know. Try this. I'm not completely sure." Listen carefully. I'm not completely sure. Repeat after me. I'm not completely sure. Again. I'm not completely sure. Now let's make it a little longer. I'm not completely sure. But they look really fresh. Listen carefully. I'm not completely sure. But they look really fresh. Repeat slowly. I'm not completely sure. But they look really fresh. Excellent. Notice what happened. You didn't stop the conversation. You kept it moving. Native speakers often do this. They admit uncertainty. Then, add one small thought. That small habit makes conversations flow naturally. Let's practice another variation. I'm not sure yet. Repeat after me. I'm not sure yet. Again. I'm not sure yet. Or perhaps, I haven't decided yet. Listen carefully. I haven't decided yet. Repeat. I haven't decided yet. Again. I haven't decided yet. These little expressions appear everywhere. Choosing food. Making plans. Buying clothes. Booking flights. They're simple, but they're incredibly useful. Take a slow breath. You're already collecting expressions that you'll hear almost every day. Little by little, your English is becoming less about translating and more about responding. Let's move into another real-life situation. Imagine you're waiting for a train after work. The station is busy. People are checking their phones. A digital screen suddenly changes. Your train is delayed. The person standing beside you sighs and says, "I wonder how long we'll have to wait." You don't know either. Instead of staying silent, you can say, "I'm not sure, but hopefully, not too long." Listen carefully. I'm not sure, but hopefully not too long. Now repeat after me. I'm not sure, but hopefully not too long. Again. I'm not sure, but hopefully not too long. Wonderful! Did you hear the word hopefully? Native speakers use this word all the time. Hopefully it won't rain. Hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully we'll get there on time. Let's practice. Hopefully everything works out. Repeat. Hopefully everything works out. Again. Hopefully everything works out. Very good. Now let's create a short conversation. The train's running late again. Yeah. I'm not sure why. Hopefully it won't be much longer. I hope so. At least the weather's nice. That's true. Let's read it together. The train's running late again. Yeah. I'm not sure why. Hopefully, it won't be much longer. I hope so. At least the weather's nice. That's true. Excellent. Notice something interesting. Even while waiting, people naturally find something positive to talk about. That's part of conversational English. It's not always about exchanging important information. Sometimes it's simply about sharing the moment. Now imagine you're answering a phone call from a close friend. They ask, "Are you free this weekend?" You honestly can't remember your schedule. Instead of answering immediately, say, "Let me check my calendar." Listen carefully. Let me check my calendar. Repeat after me. Let me check my calendar. Again. Let me check my calendar. Here's another variation. Give me just a second. Listen carefully. Give me just a second. Repeat. Give me just a second. Again. Give me just a second. Native speakers often combine these expressions. Let me check. Give me a second. Hold on. Just a moment. All of them sound relaxed and completely natural. Let's practice. Are you free Saturday? Let me check my calendar. No problem. Give me just a second. I think I am. Great. Read it together. Are you free Saturday? Let me check my calendar. No problem. Give me just a second. I think I am. Great. Beautiful. Every sentence you repeat is slowly becoming easier. At first, you repeat because you're practicing. Soon, you'll repeat because your brain recognizes the pattern. Then one day, without thinking, those same words will come out naturally. That's how fluency quietly grows. Not all at once. One familiar phrase at a time. Let's imagine one final situation. You're attending a small photography workshop. The instructor asks everyone, "Which kind of photography interests you the most?" You haven't really thought about it before. Instead of freezing, you smile and say, I've never really thought about that." Listen carefully. I've never really thought about that. Repeat after me. I've never really thought about that. Again. I've never really thought about that. Excellent. That little sound, is something native speakers use naturally. It doesn't mean you don't know English. It simply means you're thinking, let's practice a few more natural fillers. Well. Repeat. Well. Actually. Repeat. Actually. Honestly. Repeat. Honestly. You don't need to use these words in every sentence. But hearing them, recognizing them, and using them occasionally will make your English sound much more relaxed. Let's finish with one last dialogue. What kind of photography do you enjoy? I've never really thought about that. Really? Yeah. But I'd love to learn more about nature photography. That's a great place to start. I think so too. Let's read it together. What kind of photography do you enjoy? I've never really thought about that. Really? Yeah. But I'd love to learn more about nature photography. That's a great place to start. I think so too. Wonderful. Before we finish this lesson, I'd like you to answer one simple question. Imagine, a friend asks, "What are you planning to do this weekend?" Don't rush. Give yourself a moment. Use one of today's expressions. Maybe you begin with, "That's a good question." Or perhaps, "Let me think for a second." Maybe, "I'm not completely sure yet." Now say your answer quietly. Take your time. Excellent. Did you notice something? You weren't just speaking English. You were thinking in English. That's a small breakthrough. And those small breakthroughs eventually become confidence. As conversations begin to feel less intimidating, another skill naturally starts to grow. You stop worrying about finding words. And instead, you begin wondering how to keep people talking. That's exactly what we'll practice next. Because some of the most memorable conversations don't happen because someone gives a perfect answer. They happen because someone asks one simple, genuine question that invites the conversation to continue. Something begins to change after you've learned how to answer naturally and give yourself a little time to think. Conversations stop feeling like a test. Instead, they begin to feel like something you can actually enjoy. But there's another habit that makes native speakers sound comfortable. They don't just answer questions. They ask them. They show curiosity. They invite the other person to keep talking. That's one of the simplest ways to make your English sound more natural. The good news is that you don't need dozens of complicated questions. A few small expressions can completely change the flow of a conversation. Imagine you're standing in line at a small bookstore on a quiet Sunday afternoon. Soft jazz music is playing. Someone beside you is holding the same novel you've been thinking about buying. They notice you looking at the cover and smile. This one's been really popular lately. Instead of simply nodding, you have an opportunity to continue the conversation. You could say, "Oh, really? Listen carefully." "Oh, really? Now repeat after me." "Oh, really?" Again. "Oh, really?" Simple. Natural. Native speakers use this tiny expression constantly. Not because they are surprised every time. Because it encourages the other person to continue speaking. Let's build the conversation. This one's been really popular lately. "Oh, really? Yeah. I finished it last weekend." "Did you like it?" Listen carefully. "Did you like it?" Repeat after me. "Did you like it?" Again. "Did you like it?" Excellent. Notice how quickly the conversation becomes friendly. No difficult grammar. No advanced vocabulary. Just genuine curiosity. Let's continue. "Yeah. I couldn't put it down." "That's good to know." Listen carefully. "That's good to know." Repeat. "That's good to know." Again. "That's good to know." This phrase appears everywhere. Someone recommends a restaurant. That's good to know. Someone tells you about a shortcut. That's good to know. Someone shares a useful app. That's good to know. Short. Useful. Natural. Now let's read the conversation together. This one's been really popular lately. "Oh, really? Yeah. I finished it last weekend." "Did you like it?" "I loved it." "That's good to know." Excellent. Did you notice something? The conversation feels easy. That's because neither person is trying to sound impressive. They're simply sharing small pieces of information. That's exactly how everyday English works. Let's imagine another place. It's early evening. You're walking your dog through a neighborhood park. Children are playing nearby. Someone sitting on a bench smiles as your dog happily runs toward them. What a friendly dog. Instead of saying, "Yes," try saying, "He loves meeting new people." Listen carefully. "He loves meeting new people." Repeat after me. He loves meeting new people. Again. He loves meeting new people. Then naturally ask. Do you have a dog? Listen carefully. Do you have a dog? Repeat. Do you have a dog? Again. Do you have a dog? One simple question. That's all it takes. Imagine the conversation. What a friendly dog. He loves meeting new people. Do you have a dog? Edo. What kind? A golden retriever. Oh. They're wonderful. Read it together. What a friendly dog. He loves meeting new people. Do you have a dog? I do. What kind? A golden retriever. They're wonderful. Beautiful. Now take a slow breath. Something important is happening. You're no longer memorizing isolated sentences. You're beginning to connect ideas. That's how conversations naturally grow. Let's continue. Imagine you're having lunch in a busy food court. You finally find an empty table. A student sits nearby with a meal that looks delicious. You smile and ask, "That looks really good. What did you order?" Listen carefully. That looks really good. What did you order? Repeat after me. That looks really good. What did you order? Again. That looks really good. What did you order? Excellent. Native speakers often begin with a compliment before asking a question. It feels warm. It feels friendly. The student smiles. It's a spicy chicken bowl. You reply. Would you recommend it? Listen carefully. Would you recommend it? Repeat after me. Would you recommend it? Again. Would you recommend it? This is one of those questions you'll hear everywhere. Would you recommend this movie? Would you recommend this cafe? Would you recommend this hotel? Would you recommend this book? Let's practice. Would you recommend it? Again. Would you recommend it? Wonderful. Now let's create another dialogue. That looks really good. Thanks. What did you order? A spicy chicken bowl. Would you recommend it? Absolutely. I might try it next time. Read it together. That looks really good. Thanks. What did you order? A spicy chicken bowl. Would you recommend it? Absolutely. I might try it next time. Excellent. Notice another natural phrase. I might. Native speakers often avoid sounding too certain. I might stop by later. I might give it a try. I might watch that tonight. Soft language makes conversations feel relaxed. Let's visit another situation. You're attending a local community event. People are walking between small booths selling handmade crafts. A friendly volunteer offers you a map. You've never been here before. Have you? You smile. No. This is actually my first time. Listen carefully. No. This is actually my first time. Repeat after me. No. This is actually my first time. Again. No. This is actually my first time. The volunteer smiles. How did you hear about it? Listen carefully. How did you hear about it? Repeat. How did you hear about it? Again. How did you hear about it? Questions beginning with how did you are extremely common. How did you find this place? How did you meet? How did you learn English? How did you get interested in photography? These questions invite people to tell stories. Stories make conversations memorable. Let's practice. How did you hear about it? Again. How did you hear about it? Wonderful. Now imagine another small conversation. This is actually my first time. Really? Yeah. How did you hear about it? My coworker told me. I'm glad you came. So am I. Read it together. This is actually my first time. Really? Yeah. How did you hear about it? My coworker told me. I'm glad you came. So am I. Very nice. Let's slow everything down for a moment. You may have noticed that today's conversations are becoming a little longer, but they don't feel more difficult. That's because each new sentence grows naturally from the previous one. Native speakers rarely jump from topic to topic. Instead, they gently build conversations, one question at a time. Now, imagine you're sitting on a train, heading home. Across from you, someone is reading a travel magazine filled with beautiful photos. You smile. Planning a trip. Listen carefully. Planning a trip. Repeat after me. Planning a trip. Again. Planning a trip. Did you notice something? That isn't a complete sentence. Native speakers often shorten questions. Instead of saying, "Are you planning a trip?" they simply ask, "Planning a trip." Let's practice another one. Busy today. Repeat. Busy today. Again. Busy today. Or, heading home. Repeat. Heading home. Again. Heading home. These shortened questions sound very conversational. Imagine the traveler smiles. Yeah. I'm thinking about visiting Canada. You reply. That sounds exciting. Listen carefully. That sounds exciting. Repeat after me. That sounds exciting. Again. That sounds exciting. Then, naturally ask. Have you ever been there before? Listen carefully. Have you ever been there before? Repeat. Have you ever been there before? Again. Have you ever been there before? Excellent. Now let's read the dialogue together. Planning a trip. Yeah. Where are you thinking about going? Canada. That sounds exciting. Have you ever been there before? Not yet. I hope you have an amazing time. Wonderful. Before we finish today's lesson, I'd like you to imagine one real conversation you'll probably have this week. Maybe with a cashier, a neighbor, a coworker, a friend. Instead of only answering their question, try asking one small follow-up question. Maybe. What did you order? Maybe. Would you recommend it? Maybe. How did you hear about that? Or perhaps, have you ever been there before? Take a quiet moment. Say one question out loud. Excellent. Every question you ask creates another opportunity to keep speaking. That's one of the biggest shifts from studying English to actually living in English. As your conversations become more comfortable, something even more meaningful begins to happen. You stop focusing only on words and start expressing real feelings. In the next lesson, you'll learn how native speakers celebrate good news, show empathy, react with surprise, and express genuine emotion using simple English you'll hear almost every single day. Those small emotional responses are often what make conversations feel warm, memorable, and truly human. As your conversations become longer, something wonderful begins to happen. You stop thinking only about what to say. Instead, you begin paying attention to how you say it. This is where many English learners experience a real breakthrough. Native speakers don't only exchange information. They react. They encourage. They celebrate. They comfort each other. Sometimes, the most natural sentence in a conversation isn't a long explanation. It's a simple emotional response. Learning these expressions can make your English feel warmer, friendlier, and much more human. Imagine you're walking into your office on a bright Wednesday morning. People are chatting near the coffee machine. One of your coworkers is smiling from ear to ear. As soon as they see you, they say, "I finally finished my certification exam." Instead of answering with a simple, "Good," let's make your response sound much more natural. Try saying, "That's fantastic." Listen carefully. "That's fantastic." Now repeat after me. "That's fantastic." Again. "That's fantastic." Excellent. Native speakers often react with enthusiasm before asking another question. Let's continue. "That's fantastic. How do you feel?" Listen carefully. "That's fantastic. How do you feel?" Repeat slowly. "That's fantastic. How do you feel?" Wonderful. Notice how the second sentence keeps the conversation moving. The other person smiles. "I honestly feel relieved." You answer, "I can imagine." Listen carefully. "I can imagine." Repeat after me. "I can imagine." Again. "I can imagine." This tiny phrase is incredibly common. Someone says they've been working hard. "I can imagine." Someone says they were stuck in traffic for 2 hours. "I can imagine." Someone says they haven't had a vacation in months. "I can imagine." Simple, warm, supportive. Let's practice the conversation together. "I finally finished my certification exam." "That's fantastic." "Thanks." "How do you feel?" "Honestly, I feel relieved." "I can imagine." Excellent. Did you notice something? You didn't need difficult vocabulary. You simply reacted like a real person. That's what makes conversations memorable. Let's move into another everyday situation. Imagine you're meeting your cousin at a family barbecue. The backyard is full of laughter. Children are running around. Someone is grilling hamburgers. Your cousin walks over and says, "Guess what? We just bought our first house." Instead of saying, "Nice. Let's try something much warmer." "No way. Congratulations." Listen carefully. "No way. Congratulations." Repeat after me. "No way. Congratulations." Again. "No way. Congratulations." Wonderful. Now let's add another sentence. You must be so excited. Listen carefully. You must be so excited. Repeat slowly. You must be so excited. Again. You must be so excited. Native speakers often use "you must be" to recognize another person's feelings. You must be proud. You must be tired. You must be excited. You must be happy. It's a very natural pattern. Let's practice. You must be proud. Repeat. You must be proud. Again. You must be proud. Now the conversation continues. We've been saving for years. I'm really happy for you. Listen carefully. I'm really happy for you. Repeat after me. I'm really happy for you. Again. I'm really happy for you. This expression feels sincere, not exaggerated, just genuine. Let's read the conversation together. Guess what? We just bought our first house. No way, congratulations. Thank you. You must be so excited. We really are. I'm really happy for you. Beautiful. Now, let's slow down for a moment. Take a comfortable breath. Think about how these conversations feel. They aren't only exchanging information. They're sharing emotions. That's something every language has in common. Let's continue. Imagine you're sitting in a quiet cafe on a rainy afternoon. A friend arrives, looking a little tired. They set down their umbrella and quietly say, "It's been one of those days." Instead of asking for every detail immediately, native speakers often begin with empathy. You could say, "I'm sorry to hear that." Listen carefully. "I'm sorry to hear that." Repeat after me. "I'm sorry to hear that." Again. "I'm sorry to hear that." Now let's make it slightly warmer. "I'm really sorry to hear that." Listen carefully. "I'm really sorry to hear that." Repeat slowly. "I'm really sorry to hear that." Excellent. Then add one more sentence. "Do you want to talk about it?" Listen carefully. "Do you want to talk about it?" Repeat after me. "Do you want to talk about it?" Again. "Do you want to talk about it?" Notice how gentle that question feels. You're not forcing the conversation. You're simply giving the other person space. Imagine your friend sighs. "Yeah. Work has been really stressful." You answer, "That sounds really difficult." Listen carefully. "That sounds really difficult." Repeat after me. "That sounds really difficult." Again. "That sounds really difficult." Here's another natural response. "I hope things get better soon." Listen carefully. "I hope things get better soon." Repeat slowly. "I hope things get better soon." Excellent. Let's practice the conversation together. "It's been one of those days." "I'm really sorry to hear that." "Work has been stressful." "That sounds really difficult." "I hope things get better soon." "Thanks. I appreciate that." Wonderful. Did you notice another useful phrase? "I appreciate that." Native speakers say this often when someone offers support or kindness. Let's continue with another scene. Imagine you're helping a friend prepare for a local charity event. Everyone is carrying tables and decorations. After working together for an hour, your friend smiles and says, "I couldn't have done this without you." Instead of saying, "You're welcome," let's make it sound more conversational. "Happy to help." Listen carefully. "Happy to help." Repeat after me. "Happy to help." Again. "Happy to help." Another common response is, "Anytime." Listen carefully. "Anytime." Repeat. "Anytime." Again. "Anytime." Or perhaps, "It was my pleasure." Listen carefully. "It was my pleasure." Repeat after me. "It was my pleasure." Excellent. Native speakers don't always use the same response. Changing your expressions makes your English sound much more natural. Let's read the conversation. "Thanks for helping today." "Happy to help." "I really appreciate it." "Anytime." "You made things much easier." "I'm glad I could." Beautiful. Now let's add a little surprise to the conversation. Imagine you're walking through a local farmer's market. You suddenly see an old classmate you haven't seen in almost 10 years. They recognize you immediately. Wait. Is that really you? Instead of answering, "Yes." Let's react naturally. "I can't believe it." Listen carefully. "I can't believe it." Repeat after me. "I can't believe it." Again. "I can't believe it." Then continue. "It's been forever." Listen carefully. "It's been forever." Repeat slowly. "It's been forever." Again. "It's been forever." These are expressions native speakers use all the time. I can't believe it. It's been forever. So good to see you. How have you been? Let's practice them one by one. So good to see you. Repeat. So good to see you. Again. So good to see you. How have you been? Repeat. How have you been? Again. How have you been? Wonderful. Now read the conversation together. Wait. Is that really you? I can't believe it. It's been forever. It really has. It's so good to see you. You too. How have you been? Excellent. Conversations like this feel alive because people react emotionally before exchanging information. That's exactly what native speakers do. Before we finish today's lesson, I'd like you to imagine two different moments. First, imagine your best friend tells you they finally got their dream job. How would you react? Maybe you say, "That's fantastic. I'm so happy for you. You must be so excited." Now imagine someone tells you they've had a very difficult week. Perhaps you respond, "I'm really sorry to hear that. That sounds really difficult. I hope things get better soon." Take a quiet moment. Say those sentences aloud. Don't just repeat the words. Imagine the feeling behind them. Very good. The more emotion you connect to English, the easier those expressions become to remember. That's because our brains remember meaningful conversations much better than isolated vocabulary lists. As your English becomes more personal, you'll soon discover another important skill that native speakers use every single day. They know how to agree, disagree, make suggestions, and share opinions politely without sounding too direct. Those simple conversation skills often make the biggest difference between speaking correct English and sounding naturally confident. And that's exactly where we'll go together in the next lesson. As your conversations become more comfortable, you begin to notice another important difference between speaking English correctly and speaking English naturally. Real conversations aren't only about answering questions. They aren't only about showing emotion. Every day, people make choices together. They share opinions. They agree. Sometimes they disagree. Sometimes they suggest a different idea. And they usually do all of this without sounding rude. Learning these small expressions can completely change the way people experience talking with you. Imagine it's Friday evening. You've just finished work, and three friends are trying to decide where to have dinner. Everyone has a different idea. One friend smiles and says, "How about getting pizza tonight? You actually feel like eating something lighter?" Many learners immediately say, "No." But native speakers usually soften their opinions first. Try saying, "That sounds good, but I was actually thinking about something a little lighter." Listen carefully. "That sounds good, but I was actually thinking about something a little lighter." Now, repeat after me, slowly. "That sounds good, but I was actually thinking about something a little lighter." Excellent. Again. "That sounds good, but I was actually thinking about something a little lighter." Notice how the sentence begins with something positive. Instead of rejecting the idea, you're recognizing it first. That makes the conversation feel friendly. Let's practice a shorter version. "That sounds good, but..." Listen carefully. "That sounds good, but..." Repeat after me. "That sounds good, but..." Again. "That sounds good, but..." This pattern is incredibly useful. "That sounds good, but maybe tomorrow." "That sounds good, but I'm a little busy." "That sounds good, but I'd rather stay home tonight." Let's build the conversation together. "How about getting pizza tonight?" "That sounds good, but I was actually thinking about something lighter. Oh. Like what? Maybe a salad or a rice bowl. That could work. Read it together. How about getting pizza tonight? That sounds good. But I was actually thinking about something lighter. Oh. Like what? Maybe a salad or a rice bowl. That could work. Wonderful. Did you notice something? Nobody argued. Nobody sounded negative. The conversation simply moved forward. That's exactly what native speakers do. Let's imagine another situation. You're shopping with your sister for a birthday gift. She picks up a blue sweater. What do you think? You don't dislike it. You just think another color might look better. Instead of saying, I don't like it. Try this. I like it. But I think the green one might suit him better. Listen carefully. I like it. But I think the green one might suit him better. Repeat after me. I like it. But I think the green one might suit him better. Again. I like it. But I think the green one might suit him better. Excellent. Notice another useful phrase. I think. Native speakers use it constantly. Not because they're uncertain. Because it sounds softer than making a strong statement. Let's practice. I think this one looks better. Repeat. I think this one looks better. Again. I think this one looks better. Or perhaps, I feel like this color is a little brighter. Listen carefully. I feel like this color is a little brighter. Repeat after me. I feel like this color is a little brighter. Again. I feel like this color is a little brighter. I feel like is another very common expression. I feel like staying home. I feel like cooking tonight. I feel like taking a walk. It expresses your preference naturally. Let's continue. What do you think? I like it. But I think the green one might suit him better. Really? Yeah. I feel like it's a little brighter. I can see that. Read it together. What do you think? I like it. But I think the green one might suit him better. Really? Yeah. I feel like it's a little brighter. I can see that. Excellent. Take a comfortable breath. Every opinion you've practiced today begins with kindness. That's one reason conversations stay relaxed. Now imagine you're planning a weekend trip with a few coworkers. You're all sitting around a small table after lunch. Someone opens a map. We should leave around 6 in the morning. Another person agrees immediately. You're not completely convinced. Instead of saying, that's too early. Try this. I see what you mean. But what if we leave around 7 instead? Listen carefully. I see what you mean. But what if we leave around 7 instead? Repeat after me. I see what you mean. But what if we leave around 7 instead? Again. I see what you mean. But what if we leave around 7 instead? Wonderful. This expression is extremely useful. I see what you mean. Repeat. I see what you mean. Again. I see what you mean. Native speakers use this phrase before offering another idea. It shows respect. Let's practice another one. What if? Listen carefully. What if? Repeat after me. What if? Again. What if? What if we meet a little later? What if we take the train instead? What if we order online? Simple. Flexible. Very common. Let's read the conversation. We should leave at 6. I see what you mean. But what if we leave at 7 instead? That might be easier. I was thinking the same thing. Sounds good. Beautiful. Now let's change the setting once again. Imagine you're visiting a local farmer's market with a friend. You stop at a stand selling homemade fruit juice. Your friend says, "I'm going to try the strawberry one." You aren't sure. Instead of saying, "I don't know," you can say, "I'm thinking about getting the mango one." Listen carefully. I'm thinking about getting the mango one. Repeat after me. I'm thinking about getting the mango one. Again. I'm thinking about getting the mango one. Notice the difference. Native speakers often use "I'm thinking about" when they're still deciding. Let's practice. I'm thinking about taking a short vacation. Repeat. I'm thinking about taking a short vacation. Again. I'm thinking about taking a short vacation. Or, I'm thinking about joining a gym. Repeat. I'm thinking about joining a gym. Excellent. Now your friend smiles. That actually sounds really good. You reply, "You should try it too." Listen carefully. You should try it too. Repeat after me. You should try it too. Again. You should try it too. Let's build the conversation. I'm getting the strawberry juice. I'm thinking about getting the mango one. That sounds good. You should try it too. Maybe I will. Read it together. I'm getting the strawberry juice. I'm thinking about getting the mango one. That sounds good. You should try it too. Maybe I will. Wonderful. Did you notice another natural response? Maybe I will. Instead of saying, "Yes." Native speakers often soften their answer. Maybe I will. I just might. That's not a bad idea. I'll think about it. These expressions keep conversations feeling relaxed. Let's slow things down again. Imagine you're sitting on your apartment balcony as the sun begins to set. A close friend calls and asks, "So, what do you think about trying something completely new this year? Maybe learning photography. Maybe starting a small business. Maybe traveling somewhere you've never been." You don't have a perfect answer. And that's okay. You smile and say, "I've actually been thinking about that." Listen carefully. I've actually been thinking about that. Repeat after me. I've actually been thinking about that. Again. I've actually been thinking about that. Then continue. I think it might be time. Listen carefully. I think it might be time. Repeat. I think it might be time. Again. I think it might be time. Notice how calm those words feel. They're not dramatic. They're simply honest. That's what makes them powerful. Let's read one final conversation together. So, what do you think? I've actually been thinking about that. Really? Yeah. I think it might be time to try something different. I think you'll enjoy it. I hope so. Excellent. Before we finish today's lesson, I'd like you to think about one decision you'll probably make in the next few days. Maybe where to eat. Maybe what movie to watch. Maybe where to spend your weekend. Instead of giving a short answer, try using one of today's expressions. Perhaps you'll say, "That sounds good. But I see what you mean. What if we?" I'm thinking about. I feel like. Take a quiet moment now. Say one complete sentence out loud. Wonderful. Can you feel the difference? You're no longer only learning English. You're beginning to express your own thoughts in English. That's one of the biggest milestones on the journey toward fluency. The more naturally you share your opinions, the more naturally people respond to you. And before long, conversations stop feeling like something you're trying to survive and start becoming something you genuinely enjoy. In the next lesson, we'll step into situations that everyone experiences from time to time: unexpected problems, small misunderstandings, and everyday challenges, and you'll discover the calm, practical English that native speakers use to solve them with confidence. Something interesting happens as your English becomes more natural. You stop worrying about perfect grammar. You stop trying to remember long vocabulary lists. Instead, your attention shifts towards something much more useful. You begin thinking, what would I actually say if this happened to me? That's exactly what today's lesson is about. Life doesn't always go as planned. Sometimes you're late. Sometimes something goes wrong. Sometimes you can't find what you're looking for. Sometimes plans suddenly change. The good news is that native speakers usually don't use complicated English in these situations. In fact, they often become even simpler. Let's practice the kind of English you'll hear almost every single day. Imagine you're leaving home on a busy Monday morning. The sky is clear. People are hurrying to work. You reach into your pocket. Then, suddenly, you stop. Your wallet isn't there. You check your backpack. Nothing. You check your jacket. Still nothing. Your first reaction might be, oh no. Listen carefully. Oh no. Now repeat after me. Oh no. Again. Oh no. Short. Natural. Very common. Native speakers use this expression for small problems all the time. Now let's continue. I think I left my wallet at home. Listen carefully. I think I left my wallet at home. Repeat after me. I think I left my wallet at home. Again. I think I left my wallet at home. Excellent. Notice the phrase, I think. Even when you're almost certain. Native speakers often soften their statements. Now imagine your friend is standing beside you. They smile calmly and say, no worries. Listen carefully. No worries. Repeat after me. No worries. Again. No worries. This is one of the most common everyday expressions you'll ever hear. Someone apologizes. No worries. Someone is running a little late. No worries. Someone accidentally bumps into you. No worries. Let's practice. No worries. Again. No worries. Wonderful. Now your friend continues. We still have time. Listen carefully. We still have time. Repeat. We still have time. Again. We still have time. Notice how calming these words feel. Native speakers often focus on solving the problem instead of making it bigger. Let's read the conversation. I think I left my wallet at home. Oh no. No worries. We still have time. I'll go grab it. Sounds good. Excellent. Did you notice something? The problem appeared. Then, it disappeared almost immediately. Real conversations often work that way. Let's move into another everyday situation. Imagine you're waiting for a bus after work. The weather suddenly changes. Dark clouds fill the sky. A few seconds later, heavy rain begins. You forgot your umbrella. The person beside you laughs softly. Looks like we picked the wrong day. Instead of complaining, you smile. Yeah. I didn't see that coming. Listen carefully. Yeah. I didn't see that coming. Repeat after me. Yeah. I didn't see that coming. Again. Yeah. I didn't see that coming. This expression is extremely common. Nobody expected it. Nobody planned for it. I didn't see that coming. Let's practice. I didn't see that coming. Repeat. I didn't see that coming. Again. I didn't see that coming. Your new friend points toward a nearby cafe. We could wait inside. Instead of saying, okay, try this. That's probably a good idea. Listen carefully. That's probably a good idea. Repeat after me. That's probably a good idea. Again. That's probably a good idea. Wonderful. The word probably makes your English sound softer and more conversational. Let's continue. We could wait inside. That's probably a good idea. Hopefully the rain stops soon. I hope so. Read it together. We could wait inside. That's probably a good idea. Hopefully the rain stops soon. I hope so. Beautiful. Take a slow breath. Notice how these conversations stay calm. Nobody panics. Nobody overreacts. That relaxed feeling is part of natural English. Now imagine you're at a neighborhood grocery store. You've filled your basket. You finally reach the checkout counter. The cashier scans every item. Then suddenly, the payment machine stops working. The cashier smiles apologetically. I'm so sorry. Instead of becoming frustrated, you respond. It's okay. Listen carefully. It's okay. Repeat after me. It's okay. Again. It's okay. Now make it even more natural. It's okay. These things happen. Listen carefully. These things happen. Repeat. These things happen. Again. These things happen. Native speakers say this all the time. When technology fails, when someone makes a small mistake, when plans change unexpectedly, these things happen. Let's practice. These things happen. Again. These things happen. Now the cashier says, "Thank you for being patient." You reply, "Of course." Listen carefully. Of course. Repeat after me. Of course. Again. Of course. Let's read the conversation. I'm sorry. It's okay. The payment system isn't working. These things happen. Thanks for being patient. Of course. Excellent. You're learning something important. Fluent English isn't only speaking. It's helping other people feel comfortable. Now let's imagine another real-life situation. You're meeting a friend at a train station. You arrive first. 5 minutes pass. Then 10. Your phone rings. Your friend sounds embarrassed. I'm running a little late. Instead of saying, "Why?" let's answer naturally. No problem. Take your time. Listen carefully. No problem. Take your time. Repeat after me. No problem. Take your time. Again. No problem. Take your time. Wonderful. Take your time. Repeat. Take your time. Again. Take your time. This expression isn't only about being late. People use it when someone is choosing food, looking for something, thinking, explaining. It tells the other person, there's no pressure. Now your friend says, "Traffic is terrible today." You answer, "I figured." Listen carefully. I figured. Repeat after me. I figured. Again. I figured. This short phrase means, that makes sense. I expected that. I'm not surprised. Native speakers use it constantly. Let's practice. I figured. Again. I figured. Now, read the conversation together. I'm running a little late. No problem. Traffic is terrible. I figured. I'll be there soon. Take your time. Beautiful. Now let's change the energy again. Imagine you're cooking dinner for the first time using a new recipe. Everything smells wonderful. Then suddenly you realize you've forgotten one important ingredient. You laugh. Well, that's not ideal. Listen carefully. That's not ideal. Repeat after me. That's not ideal. Again. That's not ideal. This expression is much softer than saying, "This is terrible." Native speakers often choose softer language. Let's continue. I think we can make it work. Listen carefully. I think we can make it work. Repeat after me. I think we can make it work. Again. I think we can make it work. Notice the optimism. Instead of focusing on the problem, you immediately begin looking for a solution. Let's read the conversation. We don't have any lemons. That's not ideal. I think we can make it work. Maybe we can use a little vinegar instead. That's worth trying. Wonderful. Can you feel the difference? These conversations aren't about perfect situations. They're about real life. Real life is full of tiny surprises. Learning how to respond calmly makes your English sound much more authentic. Let's slow everything down. One last time. Take a comfortable breath. Think back to the beginning of today's lesson. Maybe you lost your wallet. Maybe the bus was delayed. Maybe the rain started unexpectedly. Maybe someone arrived late. Maybe something didn't go according to plan. In every situation, notice what native speakers did. They stayed calm. They used simple English. They focused on solutions, not problems. That's a communication skill you'll use for the rest of your life. Before we finish today's lesson, I'd like you to imagine one small inconvenience you've experienced recently. Perhaps your phone battery died. Perhaps you forgot your keys. Perhaps your internet stopped working. How would you describe that situation using today's expressions? Maybe you'll say, "Oh no. I didn't see that coming. These things happen. I think we can make it work." No worries. Take a few quiet seconds. Say one complete sentence aloud. Excellent. Every time you practice English through situations you can actually imagine, your brain builds stronger memories. That's why real conversations become easier than memorizing isolated vocabulary. By now, you've learned how to greet people naturally. Buy yourself time. Keep conversations flowing. Express genuine emotions. Share your opinions politely. And stay calm when life doesn't go exactly as planned. In the next lesson, you'll discover another part of everyday English that native speakers value deeply: building friendly relationships, making people feel welcome, and turning short conversations into meaningful connections that people remember long after the words themselves are gone. By now, you've probably noticed something encouraging. Speaking naturally isn't about knowing thousands of words. It's about using simple English at the right moment. A warm greeting, a thoughtful question, a calm response, a kind reaction. Little by little, those moments build real conversations. And real conversations often become real relationships. Today, let's focus on something every native speaker does without thinking. They make people feel comfortable. They help strangers feel welcome. They turn short conversations into meaningful connections. The best part is that you don't need complicated English to do that. Imagine you're attending a neighborhood community picnic on a sunny Saturday afternoon. Children are laughing nearby. Music is playing softly. People are introducing themselves while waiting in line for food. You don't know many people yet. Someone smiles and walks over. Hi. I don't think we've met before. Instead of feeling nervous, you smile back. I don't think so either. Listen carefully. I don't think so either. Now repeat after me. I don't think so either. Again. I don't think so either. Excellent. Now naturally, continue. I'm Emma. Listen carefully. I'm Emma. Repeat after me. I'm Emma. Again. I'm Emma. Simple introductions are often the beginning of wonderful conversations. The other person smiles. It's nice to meet you. Instead of answering only, you too. Let's make it sound warmer. It's really nice to meet you too. Listen carefully. It's really nice to meet you too. Repeat slowly. It's really nice to meet you too. Wonderful. Native speakers often add one small word. Really? It makes the sentence sound more sincere. Let's continue. What brings you here today? Listen carefully. What brings you here today? Repeat after me. What brings you here today? Again. What brings you here today? This question is extremely common. People ask it at local events, conferences, workshops, community gatherings. It's a friendly way to start learning about someone. Imagine the conversation. Hi. I don't think we've met before. I don't think so either. I'm Emma. I'm Daniel. It's really nice to meet you. You too. What brings you here today? My neighbor invited me. That's great. Read it together. Hi. I don't think we've met before. I don't think so either. I'm Emma. I'm Daniel. It's really nice to meet you. You too. What brings you here today? My neighbor invited me. Excellent. Did you notice how naturally one question led to another? Nobody rushed. Nobody tried to impress anyone. That's exactly how comfortable conversations begin. Let's move somewhere completely different. Imagine you've just joined a weekend photography club. Everyone is introducing themselves before the walk begins. The group leader says, "Feel free to talk to someone new today." You notice another beginner standing nearby. You smile. Is this your first time here? Listen carefully. Is this your first time here? Repeat after me. Is this your first time here? Again. Is this your first time here? The other person smiles. Yeah. I'm a little nervous. You answer. Don't worry. I am too. Listen carefully. Don't worry. I am too. Repeat after me. Don't worry. I am too. Again. Don't worry. I am too. Notice something important. Sometimes the best way to make someone feel comfortable is to admit that you feel the same way. Native speakers do this often. It creates an instant connection. Let's continue. I've always wanted to try this. Listen carefully. I've always wanted to try this. Repeat after me. I've always wanted to try this. Again. I've always wanted to try this. Then ask. What got you interested in photography? Listen carefully. What got you interested in photography? Repeat slowly. What got you interested in photography? Wonderful. Questions beginning with what got you interested in? Are fantastic conversation starters. What got you interested in cooking? What got you interested in hiking? What got you interested in learning English? These questions invite stories instead of short answers. Let's read the conversation. Is this your first time here? Yeah. I'm a little nervous. Don't worry. I am too. What got you interested in photography? I've always loved nature. That's a great reason. Beautiful. Take a comfortable breath. You're probably beginning to notice another pattern. Conversations become memorable when people talk about experiences, not just facts. Let's continue. Imagine you're waiting for a yoga class to begin. People are quietly rolling out their mats. The instructor hasn't arrived yet. The person beside you smiles. I like your water bottle. Instead of simply saying, thanks. Let's make it more conversational. Thanks. I've had it for years. Listen carefully. Thanks. I've had it for years. Repeat after me. Thanks. I've had it for years. Again. Thanks. I've had it for years. Notice the extra detail. Native speakers rarely stop after one word. One small detail invites another question. The other person smiles. Where did you get it? You answer. I actually found it at a little outdoor shop. Listen carefully. I actually found it at a little outdoor shop. Repeat slowly. I actually found it at a little outdoor shop. Wonderful. Then, naturally ask. Have you been there before? Listen carefully. Have you been there before? Repeat. Have you been there before? Again. Have you been there before? Excellent. Let's read the conversation together. I like your water bottle. Thanks. I've had it for years. Where did you get it? I found it at a little outdoor shop. Have you been there before? No. But I'd love to. You should check it out. Wonderful. Did you notice something? A compliment became a conversation. That's one of the easiest ways to make new friends. Now imagine another scene. You're volunteering at an animal shelter. Everyone is helping clean and organize. After working together for a while, another volunteer says, "You're really good with dogs." Instead of brushing off the compliment, try responding naturally. Thanks. That means a lot. Listen carefully. Thanks. That means a lot. Repeat after me. Thanks. That means a lot. Again. Thanks. That means a lot. Native speakers often accept compliments with gratitude instead of denying them. Now continue. I've always loved animals. Listen carefully. I've always loved animals. Repeat after me. I've always loved animals. Again. I've always loved animals. The other volunteer smiles. It definitely shows. Listen carefully. It definitely shows. Repeat. It definitely shows. Again. It definitely shows. This phrase means your actions match your words. Let's practice the conversation. You're really good with dogs. Thanks. That means a lot. I've always loved animals. It definitely shows. Read it together. You're really good with dogs. Thanks. That means a lot. I've always loved animals. It definitely shows. Excellent. Let's gently change the energy once more. Imagine you're leaving a weekend cooking class. Everyone is packing their bags. You've spent 2 enjoyable hours learning together. Before leaving, someone smiles and says, "We should do this again sometime." Instead of simply saying, "Okay, try this. I'd really like that." Listen carefully. I'd really like that. Repeat after me. I'd really like that. Again. I'd really like that. Then continue. It was a lot of fun. Listen carefully. It was a lot of fun. Repeat. It was a lot of fun. Again. It was a lot of fun. Now one more useful phrase. Let's keep in touch. Listen carefully. Let's keep in touch. Repeat after me. Let's keep in touch. Again. Let's keep in touch. This expression is perfect after meeting someone new. It feels friendly without being too formal. Let's read one final conversation. I really enjoyed today. Me too. We should do this again sometime. I'd really like that. Let's keep in touch. Definitely. It was great meeting you. You too. Wonderful. Before we finish today's lesson, I'd like you to think about someone you've met recently. Maybe a coworker, a classmate, a neighbor, or someone you see regularly but haven't really talked to yet. Imagine starting a short conversation with them. Perhaps you begin with, I don't think we've met before. Or, maybe, is this your first time here? You might ask. What got you interested in this? Or simply say, it was really nice meeting you. Take a quiet moment now. Say one complete conversation aloud. Even if you're speaking to yourself. Excellent. Every friendly conversation begins with one small sentence. And every sentence you practice today makes tomorrow's conversations feel just a little easier. Without even realizing it. You're becoming the kind of English speaker who doesn't just know the language, you know how to connect with people through it. As those connections grow, conversations naturally become more personal. People begin talking about their hopes, future plans, and dreams they've carried for years. In our next lesson, you'll learn how native speakers speak naturally about the future, express ambitions with confidence, and encourage others in a way that feels genuine, optimistic, and effortlessly conversational. As you become more comfortable talking with people, conversations naturally begin to change. At first, people ask simple questions. How are you? Where are you from? What do you do? But after a little while, conversations become more personal. People begin talking about the future. They share ideas they've been thinking about. They talk about places they'd love to visit, new skills they'd like to learn, dreams they've quietly carried for years. The wonderful thing is that native speakers usually talk about these dreams using simple English. They don't try to sound impressive. They simply speak honestly. Let's practice exactly that. Imagine you're sitting at a small rooftop cafe just before sunset. The city is slowly becoming quieter. A soft breeze moves through the air. You've just finished dinner with a close friend. For a few peaceful moments, neither of you says anything. Then your friend smiles. So, what's something you've always wanted to do? It's a simple question, but it's also a beautiful opportunity to share something personal. Instead of answering with one word, try saying, I've always wanted to learn another language. Listen carefully. I've always wanted to learn another language. Now repeat after me slowly. I've always wanted to learn another language. Excellent. Again. I've always wanted to learn another language. Notice the pattern. I've always wanted to. Native speakers use this expression all the time. I've always wanted to visit Italy. I've always wanted to learn how to surf. I've always wanted to write a book. Let's practice together. I've always wanted to travel across Europe. Repeat. I've always wanted to travel across Europe. Again. I've always wanted to travel across Europe. Wonderful. Now, let's continue the conversation. So, What's something you've always wanted to do? I've always wanted to learn another language. Really? Yeah. I think it would open so many doors. Read it together. So, what's something you've always wanted to do? I've always wanted to learn another language. Really? Yeah. I think it would open so many doors. Excellent. Did you notice something? The conversation feels relaxed. Nobody is giving a speech. They're simply sharing something meaningful. Let's move into another situation. Imagine you're walking through a botanical garden on a quiet Sunday morning. Flowers are blooming everywhere. Birds are singing. You and a friend stop to admire a beautiful lake. Your friend says, "If you could live anywhere, where would you go?" Instead of rushing to answer, smile and say, "I'd love to live somewhere near the ocean." Listen carefully. I'd love to live somewhere near the ocean. Repeat after me. I'd love to live somewhere near the ocean. Again. I'd love to live somewhere near the ocean. This expression is incredibly common. I'd love to. Native speakers use it for dreams, both big and small. I'd love to visit Japan. I'd love to start my own business. I'd love to spend more time outdoors. Let's practice. I'd love to learn how to cook. Repeat. I'd love to learn how to cook. Again. I'd love to learn how to cook. Excellent. Now let's expand the sentence. I'd love to live somewhere near the ocean, because I love peaceful mornings. Listen carefully. I'd love to live somewhere near the ocean, because I love peaceful mornings. Repeat slowly. I'd love to live somewhere near the ocean, because I love peaceful mornings. Wonderful. Adding a simple reason makes your English feel much more natural. Let's read the conversation. If you could live anywhere, where would you go? I'd love to live somewhere near the ocean. Why? I love peaceful mornings. I can understand that. Beautiful. Take a slow breath. Notice how easy these conversations are becoming. You're no longer just responding. You're sharing a little piece of yourself. That's what makes conversations memorable. Let's continue. Imagine you're riding a train through the countryside. Green fields stretch out beyond the window. The person sitting across from you closes a travel magazine. They smile and ask, "Do you have any travel plans this year?" Maybe your plans aren't certain yet. That's perfectly normal. You can say, "I'm hoping to take a short trip this fall." Listen carefully. I'm hoping to take a short trip this fall. Repeat after me. I'm hoping to take a short trip this fall. Again. I'm hoping to take a short trip this fall. Notice another useful expression. I'm hoping to. Repeat. I'm hoping to. Again. I'm hoping to. Native speakers often use this instead of saying, "I will." Because life isn't always certain. I'm hoping to. Sounds relaxed and realistic. Let's practice. I'm hoping to spend more time with my family. Repeat. I'm hoping to spend more time with my family. Again. I'm hoping to spend more time with my family. Or, I'm hoping to read more books this year. Repeat. I'm hoping to read more books this year. Excellent. Let's continue the conversation. Do you have any travel plans? I'm hoping to take a short trip this fall. Anywhere in particular? I'm thinking about the mountains. That sounds peaceful. I think so too. Read it together. Do you have any travel plans? I'm hoping to take a short trip this fall. Anywhere in particular? I'm thinking about the mountains. That sounds peaceful. Excellent. Let's gently change the atmosphere. Imagine you're attending a weekend art class. Everyone is cleaning their brushes after the lesson. Your instructor smiles and asks, "So, what's your next creative project?" You haven't decided yet, but you have an idea. Instead of saying, "I don't know," try saying, "I'm thinking about trying watercolor painting." Listen carefully. I'm thinking about trying watercolor painting. Repeat after me. I'm thinking about trying watercolor painting. Again. I'm thinking about trying watercolor painting. Now let's make it even more natural. I've never done it before, but it looks like fun. Listen carefully. I've never done it before, but it looks like fun. Repeat slowly. I've never done it before, but it looks like fun. Wonderful. Native speakers often admit they're beginners. They don't feel embarrassed. Instead, they show curiosity. That attitude makes conversations feel genuine. Let's practice another expression. Why not? Listen carefully. Why not? Repeat. Why not? Again. Why not? Your instructor smiles. You should give it a try. You answer. Yeah. Why not? Simple. Relaxed. Optimistic. Let's read the conversation. So, what's your next creative project? I'm thinking about trying watercolor painting. Really? I've never done it before. You should give it a try. Yeah. Why not? Beautiful. Did you notice how one short phrase completely changes the energy? Instead of uncertainty, there's curiosity. Let's continue one last time. Imagine you're taking an evening walk along a quiet river. The sun has almost disappeared behind the trees. The air feels cool. You stop for a moment and think about the year ahead. Maybe there are things you'd like to improve. Maybe there are dreams you've been putting off. If someone asked you, "Where do you see yourself a year from now?" You don't need a perfect answer. You could simply say, "I'd like to feel a little more confident." Listen carefully. I'd like to feel a little more confident. Repeat after me. I'd like to feel a little more confident. Again. I'd like to feel a little more confident. Or perhaps, I'd like to become a better English speaker. Listen carefully. I'd like to become a better English speaker. Repeat slowly. I'd like to become a better English speaker. Excellent. Those aren't dramatic goals. They're honest. They're realistic. And because they're personal, they're easy to remember. Let's finish with one final conversation. What would you like to accomplish this year? I'd like to become more confident. That's a wonderful goal. I think so too. You're already making progress. Thanks. That means a lot. Read it together. What would you like to accomplish this year? I'd like to become more confident. That's a wonderful goal. I think so too. You're already making progress. Thanks. That means a lot. Wonderful. Before we finish today's lesson, I'd like you to think quietly about your own future. Not 5 years from now. Not 10 years from now. Just one small step. Maybe you'd like to read one English book. Maybe you'd like to travel. Maybe you'd like to speak English without translating. Choose one goal. Now say it aloud using one of today's expressions. Perhaps you'll say, "I'd love to." "I'm hoping to." "I've always wanted to." "I'd like to." Take your time. There isn't one perfect answer. Every dream begins with one simple sentence. And every sentence you practice today brings that future a little closer. You've probably noticed something beautiful happening throughout these lessons. At the beginning, you were learning individual expressions. Now you're using those same expressions to talk about your own life, your own experiences, and your own future. That's the moment English begins to feel less like a subject you're studying and more like a language you're living. In the next lesson, we'll bring all of these skills together as you learn how native speakers naturally end conversations. Say goodbye warmly and leave people with a positive feeling they'll remember long after the conversation has ended. Over the past several lessons, you've learned how to begin conversations. Keep them moving naturally. Express your feelings. Share your opinions. Solve everyday problems. Make new friends. And even talk about your dreams for the future. Now there's one final skill that quietly brings every conversation to a satisfying close. Knowing how to end a conversation naturally. This may sound simple, but it's something native speakers do almost without thinking. They rarely stop a conversation suddenly. Instead, they gently guide it toward a comfortable ending. A warm goodbye often leaves a stronger impression than the first hello. Let's practice exactly how they do it. Imagine you've just finished having coffee with a friend at a quiet neighborhood cafe. The afternoon has passed quickly. You've laughed together, shared stories, talked about work, family, travel, and future plans. Eventually, both of you glance at the time. You realize it's almost evening. Instead of suddenly standing up and saying, bye, native speakers often begin with a gentle transition. I should probably get going. Listen carefully. I should probably get going. Now, repeat after me slowly. I should probably get going. Excellent. Again. I should probably get going. Notice the word probably. It softens the sentence. It doesn't sound abrupt. It simply lets the other person know it's time to leave. Let's build it naturally. I should probably get going. I have an early morning tomorrow. Listen carefully. I should probably get going. I have an early morning tomorrow. Repeat after me. I should probably get going. I have an early morning tomorrow. Wonderful. Giving a small reason makes the goodbye feel more natural. Your friend smiles. Of course. Then they say, it was really nice catching up. Listen carefully. It was really nice catching up. Repeat after me. It was really nice catching up. Again. It was really nice catching up. This expression appears constantly among friends. Instead of saying, it was nice talking, native speakers often say, it was nice catching up, especially when they haven't seen someone for a while. Let's practice. It was really nice catching up. Again. It was really nice catching up. Now your reply. I had a great time. Listen carefully. I had a great time. Repeat after me. I had a great time. Again. I had a great time. Let's read the conversation together. I should probably get going. Of course. It was really nice catching up. I had a great time. We should do this again soon. Definitely. Excellent. Notice how neither person feels rushed. The conversation slowly comes to a comfortable ending. That's exactly how natural English sounds. Now let's imagine another situation. You've just finished attending a weekend cooking class. Everyone is putting away their aprons. People are exchanging smiles as they prepare to leave. Someone you've worked with all afternoon says, it was great cooking with you. Instead of answering with a simple, thanks, try saying, I really enjoyed it. Listen carefully. I really enjoyed it. Repeat after me. I really enjoyed it. Again. I really enjoyed it. Now continue. I learned a lot today. Listen carefully. I learned a lot today. Repeat after me. I learned a lot today. Again. I learned a lot today. Native speakers often mention something positive before saying goodbye. It leaves the conversation on a warm note. The other person smiles. Maybe we'll see each other again next month. You answer. I hope so. Listen carefully. I hope so. Repeat after me. I hope so. Again. I hope so. Let's read the conversation. It was great cooking with you. I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot today. Maybe we'll see each other again. I hope so. Take care. You too. Wonderful. Take a comfortable breath. You're beginning to notice a pattern. Goodbyes are often gentle. They're positive. They're optimistic. Now let's move into another everyday situation. Imagine you're finishing a video call with a coworker after completing a project together. Everything has been discussed. There are no more questions. Instead of ending the call immediately, you say, "Thanks again for your help today." Listen carefully. Thanks again for your help today. Repeat after me. Thanks again for your help today. Again. Thanks again for your help today. Your coworker smiles. Anytime. You continue. I really appreciate it. Listen carefully. I really appreciate it. Repeat after me. I really appreciate it. Again. I really appreciate it. Then naturally finish. Have a great rest of your day. Listen carefully. Have a great rest of your day. Repeat after me. Have a great rest of your day. Again. Have a great rest of your day. This phrase is everywhere. After meetings, phone calls, appointments, casual conversations. It feels warm without being formal. Let's read the conversation. Thanks again for your help. Anytime. I really appreciate it. No problem. Have a great rest of your day. You too. Excellent. Now imagine another peaceful evening. You're leaving your local gym after finishing a workout. As you walk toward the exit, you see someone you've spoken with several times over the past few weeks. You're not close friends yet, but you've become familiar faces. They smile. See you next week. Instead of answering with only yes, let's sound more natural. I'll be here. Listen carefully. I'll be here. Repeat after me. I'll be here. Again. I'll be here. Then add. Looking forward to it. Listen carefully. Looking forward to it. Repeat after me. Looking forward to it. Again. Looking forward to it. These two short sentences create a friendly ending. Let's continue. See you next week. I'll be here. Looking forward to it. Me too. Have a good evening. You too. Beautiful. Now let's slow everything down once more. Imagine you're taking an evening walk through your neighborhood. The sky is turning orange as the sun begins to set. You pass an elderly neighbor watering flowers. You've chatted for a few minutes about the weather and gardening. Eventually, you begin walking away. Instead of saying, only, bye. Try this. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Listen carefully. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Repeat after me. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Again. Enjoy the rest of your evening. The neighbor smiles warmly. Thanks. You too. You continue walking home. Simple. Peaceful. Natural. Those small moments happen every day. Let's practice another useful expression. Safe travels. Listen carefully. Safe travels. Repeat after me. Safe travels. Again. Safe travels. This phrase is perfect whenever someone is taking a trip. Another one. Drive safely. Repeat. Drive safely. Again. Drive safely. Or perhaps. Take it easy. Listen carefully. Take it easy. Repeat after me. Take it easy. Again. Take it easy. Native speakers often choose different goodbye expressions depending on the situation. Someone is traveling. Safe travels. Someone is driving home. Drive safely. Someone is finishing work. Have a good evening. Someone is relaxing for the weekend. Take it easy. These little differences make your English sound much more natural. Let's bring everything together with one final conversation. Imagine you're leaving a small photography exhibition after spending the afternoon with a new friend you met earlier. I can't believe how quickly the afternoon went. I know. I really enjoyed today. Me too. We should visit another gallery sometime. I'd love that. I should probably get going. Of course. Drive safely. Thanks. Take care. You too. Read the conversation one last time. I can't believe how quickly the afternoon went. I know. I really enjoyed today. Me too. We should visit another gallery sometime. I'd love that. I should probably get going. Drive safely. Take care. You too. Wonderful. Before we finish today's lesson, I'd like you to think about the last conversation you had with someone. Maybe it was a friend, a family member, a cashier, a coworker. How did it end? If you had that same conversation tomorrow, perhaps you could finish it a little differently. Maybe you'll say, "It was really nice catching up. I had a great time. Take care. Drive safely. Enjoy the rest of your evening." Choose one expression now. Say it slowly. Imagine smiling as you say it. Excellent. Good conversations don't simply stop. They leave people feeling appreciated. They leave people smiling. And those final few words often become the part people remember most. Over the course of this journey, you've learned how to greet people warmly. Respond naturally. Keep conversations flowing. Express genuine emotions. Solve everyday problems. Build meaningful relationships. Talk about your future. And now, finish conversations with confidence and kindness. In our final lesson together, you'll experience something completely different. Instead of practicing individual situations, you'll follow one complete day of natural English from morning until night. Every expression you've learned throughout this series will come together in one flowing story, allowing you to recognize familiar phrases, think more naturally in English, and experience what it feels like to live an ordinary day using English with calm confidence. We've arrived at the final part of our journey together. Before we begin, I'd like you to pause for just a moment. Think back to the very beginning of this lesson. Perhaps you only felt comfortable saying, "I'm fine." Maybe you weren't sure how to keep a conversation going. Maybe you worried about making mistakes. Now, after practicing together, you've learned how to greet people naturally. Respond with confidence. Buy yourself time to think. Ask meaningful questions. Express emotions. to solve everyday problems. Build friendships. Share your opinions. Talk about your dreams. And finish conversations warmly. Now it's time to bring everything together. Instead of learning new expressions, you're going to experience one complete day in English. As you listen, notice how many familiar phrases you recognize. Don't worry about translating. Simply imagine yourself living this day. Let's begin. The morning sunlight gently fills your bedroom. Your alarm rings. You stretch. Open the curtains. And smile. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Listen carefully. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Now repeat after me. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Excellent. You leave home a little earlier than usual. As you walk toward your favorite neighborhood cafe, you notice an elderly neighbor watering flowers. They smile. Good morning. You smile back. Good morning. It's a beautiful day. Isn't it? The neighbor laughs softly. It really is. You continue. I've been looking forward to a relaxing morning. That sounds nice. I think so too. You wave goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your morning. You too. Already. You've used greetings, small talk, and a warm goodbye. Without even thinking about grammar, you arrive at the cafe. The smell of fresh coffee and warm pastries fills the room. The barista recognizes you immediately. Good morning. How's everything been? You smile. It's been pretty good. Actually. Listen carefully. It's been pretty good. Actually. Repeat after me. It's been pretty good. Actually. Again. It's been pretty good. Actually. The barista smiles. That's great to hear. What can I get for you today? You glance at the menu. That's a good question. The barista laughs. Take your time. I think I'll try the blueberry muffin today. Great choice. As you wait for your order, another customer notices the book you're carrying. That looks interesting. You smile. Thanks. I just started reading it. Oh. Really? Yeah. Would you recommend it? So far, I would. What kind of books do you usually enjoy? I've always liked stories about travel. That sounds interesting. The conversation feels easy, comfortable, natural. A few minutes later, you leave the cafe and head toward the train station. The platform is busy. A young traveler beside you looks at the schedule. I hope the train isn't late. You smile. Hopefully it arrives on time. A few moments later, an announcement echoes through the station. The train will be delayed by 10 minutes. The traveler sighs. Well, I didn't see that coming. You smile. No worries. We still have plenty of time. That's true. Instead of complaining, both of you simply continue talking. Are you traveling for work? No. Actually, I'm visiting my sister. That sounds wonderful. I'm really looking forward to seeing her. I hope you have a great trip. Thank you. When the train arrives, you smile. Safe travels. You too. The morning continues. Later that afternoon, you arrive at work. One of your coworkers waves excitedly. I've got some good news. You smile. Really? What happened? I finally got promoted. Your face lights up. That's fantastic. Listen carefully. That's fantastic. Repeat after me. That's fantastic. Again. That's fantastic. You must be so excited. I really am. I'm so happy for you. Thank you. The conversation naturally shifts. So, what are you doing this weekend? I'm thinking about spending some time outdoors. Oh, I'd love to go hiking if the weather stays nice. That sounds like a great idea. You should come with us. I'd love to. Without realizing it, you're now using expressions from several different lessons. Not because you're trying to remember them, because they fit naturally into the conversation. Later that afternoon, you're walking through a nearby park during your lunch break. The trees move gently in the breeze. People are enjoying the sunshine. You notice someone taking beautiful photographs. You smile. Those pictures look amazing. Thank you. What got you interested in photography? I've always loved nature. I can definitely see that. The photographer smiles. Would you like me to take a picture for you? That would be great. There you go. Thanks. I really appreciate it. My pleasure. As you continue walking, you realize something. Speaking English no longer feels like answering exam questions. It feels like living. Later that evening, you meet two friends for dinner at a small restaurant. One of them says, I was thinking about ordering the pasta. You smile. That sounds good, but I think I'm going to try the grilled salmon. Good choice. What about you? I'm not completely sure yet. The waiter arrives. Are you ready to order? Give me just another minute. Of course. A few moments later, everyone orders. During dinner, and your friends begin talking about future plans. One says, I've always wanted to visit New Zealand. Another says, I'm hoping to learn scuba diving next year. They look at you. What about you? You smile. I'd like to become a more confident English speaker. Both friends smile warmly. You already sound much more confident. That means a lot. The evening passes quickly. Everyone laughs, shares stories, encourages one another. Eventually, someone glances at the clock. I can't believe how late it is. You smile. I should probably get going. It was really nice seeing you. I had a great time. We should do this again soon. I'd really like that. Outside. The streets are quieter now. The city lights reflect softly on the sidewalks. As you walk home, you think about your day. You greeted strangers, asked questions, shared opinions, solved small problems, encouraged a friend, talked about your future, ended every conversation warmly. Not once did you need perfect English. You simply needed natural English. And that's exactly what you've been building throughout this entire lesson. Now I'd like you to think about tomorrow. Not next month. Not next year. Just tomorrow. Imagine one small conversation you'll probably have. Perhaps with a coworker, a cashier, a neighbor, a family member. Imagine greeting them warmly, answering naturally, asking one extra question, showing genuine interest, sharing one honest thought, ending the conversation with kindness. That's all. Real fluency isn't created in one long conversation. It's created in hundreds of small ones. One greeting, one smile, one question, one thoughtful response. Day after day. Conversation after conversation. Little by little. Your confidence grows. until speaking English begins to feel as natural as speaking with an old friend. Before we say goodbye, I'd like to thank you for spending this time with me. Learning a language isn't always easy. There will be days when progress feels slow. There will be days when you forget words. There will even be days when you feel like you're not improving at all. But remember something important. Every time you listen, you're training your ears. Every time you repeat, you're training your voice. Every time you imagine these conversations, you're training your mind to think in English instead of translating. That progress may feel small today, but over weeks and months, those small improvements become something remarkable. One day, you'll find yourself answering naturally, without planning every word. You'll laugh at a joke in English without translating it. You'll understand a conversation without feeling overwhelmed. And perhaps the most wonderful moment of all, you'll suddenly realize that you're no longer studying English. You're simply using it. Thank you for letting me be part of your English journey today. If you enjoyed practicing together, I'd love for you to leave a comment with one expression from today's lesson that you want to use in real life. Writing it down is another great way to help your memory. And if these conversations helped you feel more confident, don't forget to subscribe so we can continue learning together in future lessons. Until next time, keep listening with curiosity. Keep speaking with confidence. Keep practicing one small conversation every day. And most importantly, be patient with yourself. Every natural English speaker started with a single sentence. And today, you've spoken many. I'll see you again very soon. Take care, and have a wonderful day.